leap into combat and get ready to fight and find out which of these two teams is going to be heading onward to QuakeCon and which of these two teams is going to be pushed down into the lower bracket. Where unfortunately they'll have to continue that fight. They'll have one more chance at it, but unfortunately if they fail there, then they're going to be knocked out. Let's take a look at the on-time roster first, who we've already seen quite a bit of today, of course. That being Brick, Whaz, Effortless, and psygib. The four core these guys have been making together. We saw their match earlier. It was nice. It was quick. It was very dominant in their favor. So they're going to be a force to be reckoned with going up against Top Gun. But Top Gun has a lot of prowess as well. There is one player on time that we'd like to highlight as well, and that being psygib. You can see him there, second from the right. But you were seeing him play earlier, and he alone was able to pull off some incredible, heroic plays for his team that saved them in multiple situations, specifically towards the end of one of their most important rounds there to clutch out their previous matchup there. Was able to pull off a near 1v4 situation. Massive frags coming out all over the place from him. Really, and the thing is, too, is you have to really give respect to these players because they're able to manage these situations with all the chaos that's going on around them. All these other players trying to push onto them. The objective that they still have to worry about. They still have to manage the obelisk. They still have to worry about the power-up timing as well. And the players have to track this all themselves. It's very impressive they're keeping track of all of that, and psygib is able to multi-frag in the way that he was able to do it. He's also pretty young, too, in terms of Quake turns. Only 22 as well. Same age as me, actually. But now, moving on from psygib, of course, there's another team that we have to focus on as well, and that being Top Gun. We've already seen as well how well they've been able to fare earlier, too. Taking a look at their own roster. Griffin, Pit, Death Row, and Thumbuck, that you just saw up on the stage there before. A very intense, very aggressive team. Just going off of their duel results specifically, Griffin and Pit along with Death Row too. All three of those guys we got to see quite a bit of yesterday, or at least we got to see quite some of them. Pit, unfortunately, having an unfortunate loss to one of the Australian players that we saw was a bit of a soul-crushing one for him. But overall, skills definitely still to be admired. And for Griffin, a very aggressive player. You're going to expect from this team to see a lot of these guys getting right up in your face, trying to play very aggressively. And you may not see as much sort of grouped up four-man plays trying to go in and steal the soul itself if they're currently not controlling it. You might actually see a lot of individual plays that are going to go in, sneak it away, and try to see a lot of heroics. But going up against players like psygib and whatnot, it's going to make it a little bit difficult. So it could be a pretty intense matchup. You guys are definitely going to want to stick around to see. It does look like, though, that we have the match ready, though, ladies and gentlemen. So let's send it over to our casters.
Oh, man. Are you ready for a quick match, Machiavelli?
There's a lot of trash talk on the stage there, but I don't, looking at the lineups, I don't anticipate a quick match here. I think this is going to be neck and neck. Both teams have a lot of Quake experience under their belt. It's really hard to say who has an edge here. I mean, we saw Brick also, play very well, and Whaz as well in the, dual qualifier. We know those guys are individually talented. Obviously, Griffin made it on. We saw Pit with that heartbreaking loss, but also very talented as well. It's about who's going to put it together today.
Yeah. I mean, as we move into the lower bracket, we're going to be seeing Lockbox picked up here by Top Gun, followed by Runes of Sarnath from OnTime. And if we need it, and we well might, it's going to be Burial Chamber for a tiebreaker. Now, coming into the lower bracket, I do love the fact that you're going to be seeing a lot of really close and intense matches. This is usually where, as you said earlier, a lot of the drama in the bracket is, and especially because one of these teams will be going to QuakeCon, and one of these teams will not be going to QuakeCon. Not competing anyway. I still hope to see them there. It'd be good to have a drink, share, and have be fun stuff.
So, of course, one of the great things about Quake, as we've touched on, is the community aspect, and QuakeCon has deep history. And that's one of the things I love about the event, right? Saying hello to everybody and shaking hands with all the players that you talk trash to online all the time. And it's always good fun.
Well, it's going to go a little bit more real as the money gets real here, as Effortless is going to be our first hero here as we get started. And a hero he is with a nail gun, just looking at everybody to hit. And not quite getting all the love out of it he wanted. But as we look for that soul here in mid-map, it's going to be, oh, geez, that clutch into the dire board every single time. It's become so rhythmic here, but it's going to be Death Row getting 3 frags on the LG, make that 4 frags on the LG, and that should allow him to get first pick on the Obelisk. It's going to be a horse team.
Yeah, what a heck of a hero, like Death Row, man. And it's funny, we talk about how we've seen them in the duel competition, and are we surprised Death Row winds people up like that? Honestly, no. We've seen some great stuff from him.
That's going to be first points for Top Gun here as we're looking for Whaz to make some of these clutch rails. And so far from what we've seen from these guys on OnTime, their strategy has been, hey, let's just all hit 70% rail. That seems like a good strategy. And so far we're going to see Whaz trying to get out of here, but getting caught in this room does not allow you a lot of room for escape. It doesn't allow your teammates to come in and help you, however, as we
Yeah, big turnaround. As we've seen, you don't want to let a team get any momentum early on before that first power up. You want to keep things in the balance and preferably have it under your control the whole time. We're going to see what's going to happen in the next 30 seconds, given how close it is. Obviously, the power up is huge back here.
Absolutely. As always, we're going to be looking for everybody to crowd onto that power. But also, before the power comes up, we're going to have to see who has weapons, who has any kind of stack, and who's actually going to be focused on it. It's going to be a fairly clean path there, allowing Brick to come in and do a little bit of body blocking with his rocket launcher, and getting 2 LT frags of his own. But it's going to be very quickly turned back around. We have still currently in possession of OnTime, who will be looking to get it back over to home.
Yeah, if they can get back to home, secure the power up, would be a nice way to get a lead here.
And there's the power up and take it. But it's going to be whaz is trying to flip back a little bit. It's difficult when you see a player with a quad running directly at you. Very scary indeed. He's keeping his cool. He survived a long time there. That's a lot of damage that Peppa took on the quad. And that might be enough damage to make it very difficult for him to do anything about the soul here. Indeed, he gets railed on down by Brick.
Yeah, a little unfortunate. That person did a great job of dodging. I mean, like you said, staying alive that long while you're fighting the quad. He was able to get that damage on the quad carrier. Probably put that person into railable range. And yeah, that's killing
These quad frames coming out of Griffin, though, absolutely devastating. And that will help Griffin and his team get not only on the board, but start to surpass the score from OnTime. Top Gun is starting to come out on top here. We're going to have to see how long they can hold on to it. Fortunately, we can see all the players on the map here. We can see how they're positioning and looking forward to, pushing forward through these choke points. And here they come. It's 2 from the top, 1 from the bottom, and we're going to have to see how the fight shakes down.
Yeah, looking like Top Gun settling into a good defensive formation here, covering a lot of different angles. It's going to be difficult for OnTime to push in here. They need to come in with a concerted effort. They can't just come in trailing 1, 2 players at a time. They're just going to get mopped up.
Of course, both of these players both of these teams being in the lower bracket, they've both had their little kids of humble pie today. But if they can complete this match, one of these teams will be going into QuakeCon all the way. So we've got Griffin trying to go all the way, but when you're moving through houses, it doesn't really help out. So it's going to be a lot of action mid-map here. Brick is going to be going for a bit of the defense and coming back in. And just at the right or wrong moments, depending on how this rocket play goes, it's going to be a very difficult clutch to take down as he's able to take down Peppa.
Yeah, OnTime got the steal, but they didn't get much out of it yet. They really need to get it settled in, as we've seen with sacrifice. But I think if you can just get a little breathing room, right? Kind of win one of these key fights convincingly, it really helps out a great deal. But you got to give Top Gun a lot of credit. It's really messy right now.
It's really hard to get that breathing room here on OnTime. I mean, Top Gun's crew want to make sure to take the breath away of everybody on the OnTime team. And it's going to be Effortless getting a little bit of room now with the protection, having to plus back while LGing everybody coming after him. But he's going to be able to look after the soul, make sure it's going to be grabbed, and take it back over to point A. It's going to take a little bit of time, though, especially coming through this super dangerous room. As you can see, there's players all over the place there, but it's going to be whaz and Brick getting those frags. Effortless is just the vanguard at this point.
Yeah, just using the protection. That's a good body blocker, taking in that damage. Good pass there, as you have low health. It's such a competitive match. It's really interesting right now because I really can't see which way it's going. Usually I'm really good at determining, hey, I think this guy's, or this team's pushing, and it's like right now it's really
Well, just like we've seen in previous matchups here, once Top Gun is able to get the soul in their Nautilus, it's a little bit of time before there's any real response from OnTime, but at the same time, there's nobody in Top Gun actively defending it as Peppa makes the return. So everybody's going to be collapsing pretty much onto the same choke points here. It's going to be a bit of a race to see who gets there first.
Yeah, we're going to obviously have the lead, and one of the things I've been noticing, it seems like Top Gun is doing a little better job on the defensive end. When they do get the cap, it's like just getting a few more of those ticks than OnTime is able to.
The ticks are effective, but so are the frags from OnTime. I mean, if you take a look at the frag counter here, and it is on time just about all the time. And of course, here in the power room, psygib has got a lot of fighting to do, and his rockets are solid so far, just making that last dodge just at the final moment, coming back in for an angle on Death Row's sword line, expecting him through the tall board and catching him as well. Really good prediction, really great rockets, really good defensive damage, and so far, nobody's really solving the psygib problem.
The psygib problem, yeah, is I wreck you with my aim problem. Like, he's hit some really good shots. All these guys, man, top talent.
Absolutely. So Griffin from Top Gun is going to be looking for a little bit of protection here. Death Row is playing the vanguard role as well. And as they come back into mid, now getting up that jump pad is one of the things that really defines the difference between these two obelisk rooms. I mean, having to go up a jump pad at any point is dangerous. When you have that soul trail blazing behind you and literally everybody has a target painted on you, even more so.
Yeah, straight trajectories in the air in Quake have never been a positive thing. People just like to line you up.
All right, well, let's see if Wes can line up and play back over the obelisk. He's got a quad that will certainly help him out as he passes through the teleporter. He's looking for a few targets, but again, he's big and glowing and purple, so it's going to be pretty easy for everybody to figure out where he's at. But up top with the rockets, he's able to rain him down. But that shield, he just cannot punch through it anymore, as Effortless is going to be trying to do a little bit of a retaliatory damage himself.
This is a big steal for Top Gun. OnTime was really kind of to catch up here, and they can get this back and get some more defense and push it up to 80, maybe 90%. Based on the back and forth nature, I would expect OnTime going to make another challenge and maybe get another steal here.
Well, one thing is already untrue. OnTime wanted to make this a quick one, but this is actually lasting rather long for the first round, especially as the Soul is spending more time mid-map than actually home at the bases. But whaz right now looking to play a little bit more defensively with the nail gun, and my God, there's all four of them coming around the corner. He did not want to be the first one that they saw, taking him down very quickly, as Griffin's going to be looking for the steal here potentially.
Some nice rail work by Griffin. Got a few kills there, and it's really cleared off the point for his teammates. This is a big steal. OnTime, if they can complete it, because last time OnTime they said that it was on the way back.
And the pass the pit is solid, but there's that Storyline taking him down as well. It's going to be Effortless making the damage, and there we go. It seems that sometimes we just see OnTime just frag everybody from Top Gun just about at the same moment.
Yeah, that was a huge turnaround. Again, it seems like Top Gun's lost their momentum here. Even when they do get the steal on the Soul, they can't complete the transition back to their obelisk. This next power-up, given the score, huge.
You've got two players looking for the power up here. Griffin's going to be set up on it, and he's actually going to get the protection fairly cleanly. This could be a huge turnaround for them if they play their cards right. We've got Griffin dropping down, throwing out the LG, throwing out the rockets, and there's the Soul for him. He's got plenty of time left on that protection. Being the first one to get the grab on that, it means that you can actually take a full lap here and take it all the way back to base.
Yeah, and also the thing is pretty stacked when you pick it up too. It's going to be really tough to bring him down with that protection.
Right, so Nix is running away here, and I cannot blame him at all. It's going to be a lot of damage coming out of Griffin, but psygib will indeed be pulled on down. We've got 30 seconds before Mega comes up, and when it comes down to the mid-control, both of these teams are fighting very furiously over it, but that might be a fight that needs to wait until we see Top Gun get the Soul stolen away. But right now, they have caught this thing back up, and that loss of momentum you were talking about, it looks like they're starting to scramble it back together.
Yeah, it looks like they got their jet in order here. Looks like they're flying a little better now. Yeah, I know, we got all kinds of jokes here. But yeah, they're doing a good job here. They definitely lost the momentum, but it looks like they got a little bit of the groove back here. You can just see the defense. I like their defense strategy. A lot of times you can see the angles they're taking. You can tell they have a very strategic approach on that side.
Looks like Top Gun has certainly pulled up in this first round, but it's going to be stolen away at just the last moment. This is maybe the last hurrah from OnTime on this round. We're going to see if Top Gun can hold that together. Nova is just pulling in the nails from behind. There's the grab, there's the security. It looks like nobody's really spawning close to them. Oh no, it's going to be a suicide there from Effortless, or the force from Effortless rather, to have that steal going down to OnTime's. I was going to say no time side, but really they have no time here to pull this back together.
Yeah, they really don't. And again, you hate to be in this position when your opponent has 99% and a power-up is coming. Because, again, you have to keep your eye on both now, and it really splits your attention.
It's just like a duel when you are running out of time to make the frag, but items are being left up, and you need the stack. But there's the play. Oh my God, I love it when you see Nix getting that telefrag, coming out of the ghost realm, coming into the real realm, and finding herself covered in
Huge pickup right now to get the Soul back to the office and the protection. They may steal this round right now for Top Gun.
Especially with psygib just doing amazing work with that protection there. Tons of damage. Actually fighting with up top. Not ignoring the guy up there, but instead just paying all attention to him. And that's going to turn it into 96, 97%. But here comes Top Gun. We're going to have to see if they can pull up one more time.
Yeah, in the balance. That last protection is so key.
There's the steal. There's the return. And it's going to be Griffin. And maybe the last one coming in. I don't see anybody else. There's no more chances. And that is going to be OnTime and making the
my God.
Wow, a heck of a turnaround. It started really well for Top Gun. They took a little bit of a lead. OnTime came back. And it just right, it seemed like Top Gun might, pull it together and get it, stopped at 99%. Lost the power up. Wow, you got to give credit to OnTime there, moving through in the critical moments.
Absolutely, but as we go into the next round here, I mean, that was a really messy initial results. The first one here, we're going to have to see if one or the other team can make this a little bit cleaner, make it a little bit more secure, and get
these guys, not just shooting you in the front, but guys with great game shooting you in the back. It becomes a problem.
Absolutely, and we have a lot of problems down here in mid-match. I mean, that's sort of like she's not getting hurt by the acid, but that's about the only thing she's not getting hurt by right now. But we do have Obelisk being taken by OnTime as they start to get those first points in.
Yeah, I wonder if OnTime's confidence, guys are feeling pretty good. Making that comeback in round one seems like they're starting to put some things together. And Top Gun definitely needs to do a better job getting those power-ups. Especially at the end, they gave that one up. So,
nasty play, Griffin just taking Brick out. And it's going to be a grab of the soul, a toss, and another toss here. Back over to Flush. Nice play there as you can move through your teammate and provide a little bit more of that meat shield. But as he comes through mid, it's going to be a really nasty play there from the death row. And as we see the soul trade hands a few more times, it's going to be left up and now once again taken by OnTime, looking for that return. But as you can see, it's not going to be an easy fight.
Yeah, we got a power of 30 seconds again. Got to get that power up, got to be there together. If you're Top Gun, you definitely want to try to get a steal here in the next 10 seconds or so, just to get some percentages on your side. If you have to fight for quad the whole time, while OnTime's getting the point pickup, it's benefiting OnTime.
Absolutely. So Effortless making his way back in here, and there's a briefer fight as a lot of the attention is focused mid-map, of course, with the soul moving back through there. If they can actually collapse back on point B, and I like this from Effortless going back up top now, not only getting ready for the power, but making sure he's got some height advantage to turn down. But he's wanting to just kind of walk in there and get the quad, but of course he will not be the last one to get the pickup there. Everybody's going to be flushing themselves down the toilet, but psygib there is ready to do the damage.
Yeah, coming down the funnel there, right into some quad rockets.
That quad is going to be trading hands just a lot of times here. Not doing anybody any good as just completely trappable down at the rocket launcher. And it's always testing once you grab that quad. Look for somebody chasing you down the toilet bowl. But we're going to be seeing Pit here making his way out of the pit into the base and looking for that pass. There it is.
Yeah, you got to give credit on time. 41% to 0. Really put on the pressure right now. They're turning up the heat from Top Gun.
Absolutely, especially with that quad and running out here. psygib getting the return, and for all the effort that Top Gun has been putting into this map, we have not seen them get any points here just yet. I mean, we're up to halfway for OnTime, but as we've seen so far, the actual current score doesn't matter so much as the final result.
That's right. We've seen plenty of comebacks happen, so nothing's for sure yet, but Top Gun really needs to focus and get this secure soul right now, and they need to lock in on D, get the next power up. They need to get together right now because OnTime's on it.
Absolutely. So we see Pitt not even pausing to get health pickups there as he's relatively weak as a foot, but he wants the damage, he wants to find these fights, and he certainly doesn't want to get desynced from the rest of his team here. So as we come back in on the Obelisk game, here's the attack, here's the play to the other clutch, and there's the pickup as well. Nicely done, and Pitt just cannot find a way to defend against Brick.
Yeah, good steal. OnTime really keeping the momentum. We've seen momentum shift in plenty of these matches, so you don't want to let a team get something going, especially not a team as talented as Top Gun. So if they get this next power up, they're going to be in great shape.
Of course, Blockbox being a fairly new and, according to a lot of the teams, fairly divisive map in terms of preferences. So if OnTime had made this pick, this was certainly working out well for them, especially since they can use a map that maybe a few other teams don't like so much.
Yeah, always good to have a little more familiarity and off map.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen there's so many tournaments you can point to where it's like X player just really grinded this map that maybe other players didn't grind as much. Come tournament time, it'll pay off.
It is such a great strategy, but Pitt with protection and 10 HP remaining is looking to get the soul back in, but he might just be taking it right back into enemy territory. As we're going to be seeing OnTime get up to 70% here just about. But of course the soul is still contested, still moving, and Thumpit is going absolutely ballistic every time they think they can get that soul onto their Obelisk. It just doesn't quite go their way.
Yeah, man, ever since the beginning around when it was about 66, 67% from Top Gun, they really have started to swing in OnTime's favor. So I don't know what kind of adjustments they can make here. If it's just OnTime, as you mentioned, you see the frag, list at the top left, you just see them just get frag after frag after frag. So it makes you wonder if maybe Top Gun's having a little bit of a combat issue.
Yeah, the dangerous thing right now is there's not quite enough time to depend on that power up to kind of turn the tide of the battle. They're going to need to turn it before the power up comes up. But they're at least pushing it back into mid-map and making it contestable here. But look at it, just doesn't have much health here at all. So we're going to have that power up coming up in just a few moments as Brick is going to be looking for the toss downs, just making sure that Top Gun is not getting any points here as that power up starts to come in. Brick though. He moved just enough to avoid it. Now he's got 5 health, and he's going, wait, did that just happen? Somebody else take this power from me because I've done my job.
Yeah, that's a good play for those a little less familiar with Quake team play. If you're low quad or anything like that, the good strategy is to blow yourself up to suicide so a more stacked teammate can take it and run with it.
Really good dire work out of Griffin as well. But again, the score is looking really dire for Top Gun. We're going to be seeing Griffin take a nice rocket jump back up here, look for a lot of damage over the top with that protection. But that's just going to be a slog through that choke point as we see rockets and nails just flooding the doorway.
Top Gun kind of inching their way maybe back into this. They need a really strong defensive effort here, though. I mean, 89% for OnTime. Top Gun can't afford any more misses.
Not at all, but it's going to be psygib just diving in, not caring if he lives or dies, just wants to do the damage, just wants to get the soul. And it's going to be Griffin looking to defend it on the LT. Coming back in mid-map, we have most of Top Gun down here, ready to close off most of these points. But if they get word that, no, he went up top, we don't have the ability to stop him here, they're going to have to reposition. And look at this, it's a really good response. Unfortunately, Griffin is having to do all of this work with just the machine gun.
Well, at least he has great aim, because you seem like he was hitting every single one.
Might as well be an LT at that point.
Yeah, on time.
Speaking of great aim, I mean, Deborah is doing a ton of damage here.
I really like the pursuit from OnTime. It seems like they really have a coordinated strategy, how to handle it when somebody steals the soul from them. And it's really causing Top Gun a lot of problems getting the soul back to their side of the map.
4% left here. I'm starting to make that 1% left here. And as we have that taken away, make that the round, make that the map for OnTime.
Very impressive performance in round 2. Really took Top Gun out of their element. Didn't get a lot going there. I mean, man, OnTime, man, they looked really, really sharp on that map. And then the pursuit, it just seemed like Top Gun would get a steal. They could never quite get it back to the obelisk. Even when they got there, the clutch was waiting there. Somebody's just waiting there for them. And even when they got away, it's like they're low. Like you mentioned, he gets away with the soul, but he has 15 health, and then there's a clutch with the shield. What are you going to do? So
that's always rough. I mean, OnTime, I mean, look at this. They're having a small celebration point. They're going to need to put a lid on here pretty soon as they go into the next map. Top Gun had a lot of really strong play throughout the course of the day. But, of course, Sacrifice is it's very grueling. It takes a lot out of you. It takes a lot of focus. But so far, OnTime is on point.
Yeah, they are. That was their map pick. So obviously you want to win your map pick. So they're probably feeling really confident now. They just think, hey, we go in, we steal their map, and we're going to QuakeCon, baby. I mean, that's it. They got to be pumped, but like you said, you got to take a breath.
Yep.
Don't get too hyped up yet. You haven't made it yet. You still got a game to play.
You get reset, and you get right back into it. And we will indeed be going into Ruins of Sarnath for map 2. I believe it was Burial Chamber for a potential tiebreaker, was it?
Correct. This is actually, I think this is one of the few times, I don't know if we've ever seen Blood coming in out of the rotation. Very,
I was a little surprised myself. And Ruins of Sarnath, just like the matchup between Johnson and Liquid, it's a toss-up. I mean, this is a map that is incredibly well practiced by every team in Quake Champion Sacrifice. So we're just going to have to see who's ready for it.
Yeah, this map's been out a while. A lot of work, a lot of time on this. People very familiar with it, obviously, because it's been dueled, FFA. I mean, it's played in every single game mode in Quake. So if you're playing Quake Champions, you're very familiar with Ruins of Sarnath.
Especially that eyeball.
Yeah, everybody's our eyeball, man. The eyeball spawn is also very popular right here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez. I mean, in duel, in this case, spawning down there, I mean, it's, what I like in spawns is like, okay, I've got 2 or 3 good choices. In the eyeball room, you've got 5 or 6 okay, maybe choices.
It reminds me of thinking of a spawn back in the Quake 2 days, spawning in the machine gun room down in the bottom of the edge.
Yeah.
Your opponent gets the mega health, the chain gun, and some armor, and you get a little machine gun.
Traumatic times indeed. So this is at least better than that by a long shot, I would say. It's not that bad. That machine gun's almost the worst. But we have about 20 seconds of warm-up left here, and as you can see, everybody is getting their focus lasered on in for both OnTime and Top Gun as we go to the Ruins of Sarnath.
Yeah, I'm curious if anybody takes the page and been watching Liquid, the way they handle that soul ambush at the start. I think that's really slick from Team Liquid, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see some other teams maybe steal some strategy from them.
A lot of that came down to their competition as well. I mean, we saw that Flash, we saw Anarchy as well with the scale there, and we saw multiple teammates who could just pump up their speed very, very quickly. So, I'm sure they've got the need for speed here, as well as Effortless is looking for a bit of rocket damage out of the teleporter.
that's heartbreaking. If you're the top guy, you're thinking, oh, we got B. You know, that's the one they want. We've seen several times how B seems to be a little easier to defend because A is so wide open, and that's just a clutch play by OnTime to get a steal right before they're going to cap it in that office.
So that's the key going to give OnTime Obelisk B, which, as we've seen, allows you to set for a lot of rail and rocket angles. We're going to have to see how they can play out with it, however. We're going to have Thumba down here just going on the chase with the now, not really getting any love out of those hits just yet. In fact, he's getting a little bit of love from behind. He's down to 8 health here, and he doesn't have any drugs available. He's going to have to just do some raw damage with the rocket launcher, and he's just not getting those hits just yet.
Yeah, we've seen how difficult it is taking the soul from B. You're really, I mean, running out of there is pretty much a non-option because there's so many angles you can shot from. So your really only option is throwing the soul over the balcony or into the pit there by Railgun just to get it out of space.
But these really close range rails and psygib are certainly making a difference here as OnTime are starting to put their points together. I'm starting to get a little bit worried about Top Gun. They really haven't had a good start to any of these maps in any of these rounds.
Yeah, they're really lost their momentum, losing a little bit of swagger here. Since round one and the first map, I mean, it's been all on time pretty much.
Absolutely, but Thumba, not exactly on time for this power. In fact, he seems like he's a little bit early to the party here, and he might end up paying for it. This is not some place he wants to dive 3 seconds away. If he dives down, he won't be able to even see the item. Well, he gets in and dives on it. That's cool, but he's not going to be the one to enjoy the benefit of this. Fortunately for him, it's going to be a teammate, Death Row, getting through the tall corner, 51 health left over, but he's going to be immediately targeted and taken down.
Yeah, he didn't have a whole huge stack to work with like quad. As we all know, when you have quad, you just target everybody shoots you.
Nice. So it's going to be whaz, maybe the last one to pick that up. He comes out of here with Blazing with the LG, doing a ton of damage. 1, 2, 3 frags out of the gate, taking away a mega as well, as they are now nearing the 50% mark on Obelisk B.
Heck of a job on OnTime. I mean, now this is top 10 snap, right? This is the one they picked. They feel like this is their strong suit, and OnTime's really just taking them out of their element right now. 50% by 53, 0% for Top Gun. They need to do something. They might have, I mean, if they don't get a steal, they're in trouble.
How often do you see that play where everybody comes up the heavy RP jump pad? It seems like it would be a death trap if they know you're doing it, but it looked like it took OnTime by surprise just a little bit here. And Thumba, being the one guy out of that position, is able to respond to everybody moving to the map and look for some free damage.
I can imagine that could cause you some problems, some tracking issues. You know, usually people try to line up some lightning gun or something when you come up with the jump pad, but when you have 4 targets and you have the jump pad, and all of a sudden it's like, which one do I shoot here? Because I got an issue.
All of them if you can.
Yeah.
But it's going to be Death Row getting a nice frag, not only with the LG, but with the sword-like spit as well. Currently watching Thumba get a little bit healed up here and try to get some recon on the map. But it looks like he's going to get targeted and pulled down potentially. He's going to have to thread up and get some help and finally take down Effortless. But look how much work that took. That was only 2 HP. Well, Brick actually should have seen that one coming.
This is good for Top Gun, though. They finally got a little momentum going in their favor. If they could just keep some defense here, get the next power up, get a good power up run, they'll probably take the lead.
Yeah, so seeing how long players like Thumba can keep their frag run going will really make the difference. I mean, Thumba, being an anarchy, is going to be the one not exactly on the obelisk itself, just making sure that he's everywhere on the map, just cutting off fights and turning these fights into potential team fights to 1v1s, or just diving onto the quad like that. That was cute.
Yeah, the quad gauntleted.
Yeah. All right, but here's Effortless making a solid rail and door lag, and also getting a little bit of love out of the spit as well. We've got that soul right back over to Obelisk B for the moment, but it's going to be contested as the quad is still going to be out on the field, currently possessed by Summit and crew. But as they try to make it through that choke point, well, they're going to be the ones choking on it.
Well, a little bit of sloppy pass work I think from Top Gun, right? Yeah. It kind of looks like they had some missed throws there, and it cost them some time, a little more damage on the quad carrier, and next thing you know, OnTime got the steal and put it right back in your office.
All right, but we're going to be having that scale bearer from OnTime coming from the rocket launcher area here. But we're going to have to see where that soul lands. It's going to be picked back up and taken by Top Gun. We're going to have to see if they can get it back onto their obelisk. Indeed, they do, but here comes Quake to do a ton of damage from the flank. You have to cover that position, but their defender has been taken out, and nobody really gave the rest of Top Gun the memo from the look of it, so he's able to get the steal and get the pass with no harm done. But as enemies spawn back up on the other side of the map, they're going to have to be able to push through them.
Yeah, very much in the balance. You got to give Top Gun credit for fighting their way back to this match. At first, it looked like maybe OnTime might run away with it on their map pick. You don't want that to happen, that's for sure. It'll ruin their confidence going into round 2. So this is big. I think Top Gun needs to come back. They need to come back. They really need this one here.
Well, again, at the very least, Top Gun is keeping this from being a quick one. And Death Row just rocking out with his gauntlet out. I mean, he's been able to make so
little bit on that one, and what was more on time, like team on time was. And yeah, there you go. But you got to get the credit where credit's due. On time was there. They were prepared. They got the protection, and now they got the lead.
Making sure use of protection for sure, but things have at least tied up here a little bit. And once again, we keep seeing OnTime be able to get the soul and hold on to it, but Stuntman and crew just come out of nowhere to steal it away, and before they know it, he's already halfway across the map. So psygib tried to actually defend his rear a little bit, trying to defend his own base with the railgun, but he's just going to be so weak down here. Nobody really wants to go hunting him. There's too much effort and too much focus on the soul itself to make that worthwhile. But whaz right now trying to make his way back over to almost be.
We're essentially tied right now. Whoever can get solid, some solid percentage picks right now. Flat, great, really, flat, holy cow. But if they can get some good defense right now, this next power up's gonna be huge. They may get the win right here. If they can get some
Really good little microdynamics there out of whaz. And the fact that he was able to survive that, I mean, he put himself in a corner, making himself a target, but in order to turn towards that corner, you have to expose your backside to literally everybody else on the enemy team. So it worked out well for him, and he's finally pulled on down, but the damage is done, and the score is made. 89, now 90% here, and this is getting very close for the first round for OnTime here on Rose Sarna.
Yeah, if you're on time right now, you're looking at your percentages, you're feeling pretty good. I'd be thinking, there's no power up, so Top Gun has to. This is a darn if you do, darn if you don't situation. If on time wants, they can just sit a guy on the power up right now.
Yep.
Top Gun has to rush the offense. They have no choice.
And it looks like that choice is going to be made for them as the first round is indeed taken by OnTime. This is dangerous for Top Gun, and they are now one round away from not going to Quake.
Looks like on time, it's an effortless, and his crew might be making good on their promise. They sounded really confident. Anytime, going back to anytime somebody can say, no, we haven't lost a game yet in the practice area,
Yeah.
you got to be feeling really good, man.
I mean, I know Effortless. I know that he had to put on his intimidating britches in order to make that statement because he is just the nicest guy. Really.
He really is. I think Tuff,
I was surprised.
yeah, I think Tuff brought the best trash talk out of him.
Yeah, he has a way with that, for sure. But as we go into the third, or rather second, but still potentially final round here, we're going to be seeing a Thumpa with Top Gun actually getting priority on Obelisk, just like they had before. I guess they want this Obelisk for sure. We're going to have to see if they can defend it. But of course, a lot of the defense of this Obelisk means getting that railgun and getting those angles and making sure that you're covering not only the staircase, but the tribal teleport.
Yeah, good. At least Top Gun getting off to a better start, as you mentioned in the previous rounds. So like they just kept getting off to poor starts. You never like digging a hole right early on in a match. Just like in duels, you don't like starting down a frag, down two frags. It's really tough to come against talented players like this and to come back. It's hard enough to win as is. And coming back is a whole other thing.
Well, Rick is putting the damage together here. Thumpa's trying desperately to throw down a little bit of defensive frags, but it's not going to happen as psygib is going to be able to take away that mega with the charge coming up in 40 seconds. But the Harp was actually kind of stuck at the top of the heavy armor stairs. It doesn't actually go through there very often. So this is going to slow down how quickly the soul gets back over to either one obelisk or the other. But it looks like Effortless is making a great strides towards getting it back over to B side. And it's going to start getting those points back for his team.
Yeah, big steal by on time. As we mentioned before, before the quad, great time to get the steal. In about 20 seconds, they got the power up. So with good defense and a good power up run, they're going to take the lead here.
But with the clutch, shielded clutch especially, it's very difficult to do anything about that. But it was taken down by Effortless either way here, as we still have points accruing from OnTime side. Effortless moving back into the quad side protection area, as Death Rose is making frag after frag. And look at this, they're all in position here. And there's the dive down onto it. Death Rose with a beautiful little bit of spin to make sure that whaz is able to, or rather Griffin, is able to get away with the protection.
Yeah, nice little dire or pickup by Griffin. Taking no chances. This is huge for Top Gun. If OnTime secured that, they were going to be in a world of hurt.
Flying through the map, and yeah, you could try to LG the dude with protection, but you're just going to be helping them across.
Yeah, it really gives them a boost.
And so Griffin's still doing a bit of damage here, but that still was not staying on the Top Gun side for very long. Finally, they're able to get it and hopefully push this defensive line out a little bit.
Yeah, good run there by Top Gun. They really needed something here. OnTime's putting a lot of pressure on them, so any momentum they can get is a positive. They need to get some confidence building momentum here and feel like they can put the hurt on OnTime because it's so much in the balance, and anytime one team seems to get an advantage on the other, it seems like it's on time.
All right, but here come the Gauntlets once again as 42% for Top Gun. They finally moved into the lead here, just barely, but of course it's going to be all about this mid-play as we have Thumpa but getting a little bit more damage with the nail gun. We've got him actually crossing to the top of the map, trying to take out all of these really defensive positions that OnTime will be holding. But as you can see, OnTime is already on the obelisk and making it very difficult for Thumper to get anything for free here. He has a railgun, isn't switching just yet, just wants to make sure that the rest of his team can come in for the assist. It's not going to happen though, as we have the soul in contest. It's going to be whaz with it at the moment. Only 21 health for him here, and especially as an anarchy, that makes him incredibly fragile. But there's the grab, there's the slam down onto OnTime, and they're going to start to tie this thing back up.
Yeah, big steal by OnTime. Power up coming up in 20 seconds. Last time Top Gun was able to secure it. OnTime's got to think, get this power up. We can get ourselves a nice lead, close the show. They're so close to QuakeCon right now. They just got to keep their nerves with the bottom and get the finish.
I'm sure they can smell it. Well, we're assuming that's QuakeCon anyway, but they're stuffing with the gauntlet once again. As Top Gun is moving out of there with the soul. Moving through rocket launcher is never going to be an easy thing, especially as the power up is coming up. It's a bit of a blitzkrieg play, but it's one that results in 1, 2, 3 frags from the no time side, or OnTime side rather. But my god, the squad is just doing so much damage just indiscriminately.
Yeah, nice suicide. Remember we pointed out earlier about suicide. They give your teammate the quad. Nice pass, nice teamwork there. Good communication.
Really good LG, even tracking Griffin through the dire orb, just snapping directly to him as he appears once again. But with that quad being now used defensively by OnTime, they're going to have a little bit of time here to even up the answer past the score of Top Gun. We're going to be watching psygib try to push back out here a little bit, push the defensive line forward, and still find his time to grab a little bit of damage with the nail gun.
Yeah, big turnaround. Great stuff from psygib right now with that super nail gun, really lighting people up.
Oh, I like this. Who's actually waiting for the pickup, waiting for the pass, but can he actually catch up to a clutch? Well, Effortless can actually get the last little bit of nail damage in and make that happen. Effortless is tossing it out, making sure that it won't have an easy way back up to that platform, only by either tossing it or taking it up yourself with a jump pad.
Yeah, this is getting intense right now. It's, one of these guys is going down to the lower bracket. Top Gun's kind of on the verge, they're on the ropes right now, but they're fighting hard. They got it in their obelisk. They really need this next power up in about 45 seconds to really, keep the momentum on their side. If OnTime somehow to get another steal and the next power up, I don't know if Top Gun can recover from that. It's really tough.
And this means everything for Top Gun as they have to make this round to stay in the series. Of course, if they're able to take this one, they can't push it into a tiebreaker if they can take one more after this. But if we have OnTime completing this final 40%, that will be it.
Yeah, some great super nail gun work. We've seen it from several guys. That you can see that land effect, right? Just from the projectiles. It's just so much more effective.
And you can see things really intensifying here as we're seeing less time taken on stack items and weapons, and everybody's just wanting to dive in. But they're going to need to dive onto the power up here really soon. You can see that most of OnTime is actually still back over on the obelisk itself to stay defensive. It's actually going to be a quad taken by psygib and crew, but it's going to be whaz actually with the quad itself. And I love this. You know that he can do the damage. He gets 2 rockets out of the gate, and he's looking for more. We have the soul back over to Top Gun, but with this squad on the board and him being in the position that he is, it's going to be like duck hunts.
Yeah, just lining people up. When you have quad rail, it's the give time.
Alright, so as that quad runs out, it's going to be whaz going back in. Quad or no, he's incredibly dangerous. Everybody's going to know it. Griffin getting 2 frags with his rocket launcher. We're going to have to see if that can turn into a grab of the soul, moving back over towards Top Gun's side.
Yeah, big quad steal by Griffin, shooting whaz in the back and getting the soul back to their side. It's in the balance though. OnTime still has that lead, so Top Gun has to be very, very, very careful.
Absolutely. So Effortless is going to have to do something about the Top Gun obelisk here pretty soon. I mean, being a relatively fresh spawn, he has rocket launcher. He can come back to the top map, but he's going to know that there's another Swarlock up here. Zephyr doesn't know he's there. He's able to take the frag, take the soul away. What a freebie for him. Also turning back around, but there's that clutch. Can he do anything about it? No. It's going to be Pit and Thumba making a pair of frags.
And a little bit hectic here in the mid area of the map. Good recovery by Top Gun to get the pursuit there. Wow, this is really close. We're probably going to get another power up, it looks like. And it looks like the 8-minute mark might decide the round and possibly the entire match.
If Top Gun can hold on to it here for a little bit longer, they can actually nullify the need for that power. They're down to the last 15% here as we have everybody coming in for that defense. Well, trying to anyway. They're going to be spawning back over at the obelisk B side. And of course, whaz and crew know that. They're going to need to find a clever way to get back over to the obelisk without getting taken out. And the guy to get that to is definitely an anarchy. However, he's been stuck down here by the stairs a little bit. He's going to need to go quiet. Going to need to duck under all these rockets, but doesn't quite make it there.
Yeah, but even just a little bit of delay, that now the power up is for sure going to show up. 84 to 88 right now, very close. Whoever gets this power up, I really feel like he's going to pull ahead.
I love this. Brick is actually not really moving with the soul too much just yet. He's wanting to make sure sure that the power play goes his way before committing to it. That actually was a really good way to make sure that all the focus was on whoever was getting the power up. And this is going to mean a free few points on the obelisk here.
Yeah, very, very nice play by Brick. If they get some defense here, some kills, it's a wrap.
It's final 10%, and once again, here we are. Everybody from Top Gun is just going to have to go completely +4 to have any chance here. But I got to say the same thing for OnTime. This is still incredibly close. Top Gun looking for the last little bit of damage with the quad, as Tuckba is just rocking out with his LT out. That's going to be almost getting contended and taken by Top Gun once again, and this final percent could do it. Oh, they managed to take the round, but all that really gives them is one more lifeline here on Road to Sarnath.
Very big by Top Gun coming through there. Obviously, they don't want to be locked down in the lower bracket. Looks like that last quad by Thumpa, like last quad run. I mean, it was 84 to 88. It was in the balance. You know, looked like OnTime took a little bit of a calculated risk, right, to get the soul back and maybe get some fix, but they just gave up a quad, and Thumpa won on the run, made it pay.
Those scores were at the verge for such a long time. I'm sure Top Gun just wants to take a very, very quick breath here. I'm sure OnTime's thinking the same thing as we go into the tie-breaking round of what still could be a winning game for OnTime.
Yeah, Top Gun, you can't breathe easy right now. Not at all.
Oh no, but Thumpa is actually kind of hyperventilating with his LG here. I mean, he's just taking a ton of damage from what, 2, maybe 3 LGs? Yeah, everybody wanted Thumpa dead.
Now it looks like OnTime going with Obelisk Day. I'm wondering if that's deliberate. Maybe they said, you know what, it seems like Top Gun wants Obelisk Day. Why don't we take it from them and see how they react?
Absolutely. So we're going to have to see if that turns into a better approach for them, or if it just plays directly into Top Gun's plans. We're going to have to see. But Brick is seeing a lot of damage out of this rail right now, as he's looking for anybody else who wants a rail to get punished for it. But still need to kind of chill up here. It's a dangerous position to have, especially when you have 2 players up there. Yeah, just clear out the balcony with a pair of gauntlets. You didn't get that last frag, but it's a great idea.
So a great start for OnTime, already up 22-0. About to return the soul 23-0. They get strong defense and the next power up. They're probably going to be 50-60% by the time Top Gun really has a chance to collect themselves. So.
Absolutely. And if any of us can get their hands on a rail, I mean, this is the obelisk to defend and win the rail gun for sure. I mean, anybody else who wants a rail can be easily punished, but here comes a play from Griffin. Is able to do the damage and possibly get the steal for the soul. But as you can see, it doesn't get very far from the obelisk before OnTime sends it right back home.
Yeah, getting a little hectic around the obelisk, but you know, OnTime, at least it's fighting around their obelisk is what they got to be thinking.
Yeah.
They're up 37-0.
Definitely not the worst, but that is going to be Top Gun escaping through with the teleporter with the soul at the very least. And it's going to be everybody down here. Yeah, pull out your gauntlets when in doubt for sure. But now we have points accruing for Top Gun.
Yeah, and the power up though, I don't know if that run back is a clean pickup for OnTime. The power up delay from Top Gun, capturing the soul. They weren't able to get in position to really attack the power up.
And there's so much action happening on this obelisk that the power of the protection here is actually taken away pretty handily by OnTime. That's really bad news for Top Gun. If they can't manage to get that dire orb, and no dire orb against psygib, he's still going to be able to stay alive here for quite a long time, and being a huge problem with that protection. And my God, the frags coming out of OnTime are just ballistic right now.
Yeah, that might have been a slight tactical error by Top Gun. I mean, we mentioned getting the soul before, but they had to have some kind of presence of the power up there. And giving it for free, and then the person was still stacked, really came back on there.
I mean, I would make fun of the fact that Thomas is running around with the gauntlet, but look at the frags he's making it. You know, whatever works, but we're going to have to see if indeed it worked out for them at all. We've already got Scoreline waiting for him on it. He was still trying to make it happen with the gauntlet, but it didn't quite work out for him here. As Trust the Master Soul can be headed right back over towards the, well, actually, it looks like it might be headed towards the Top Gun obelisk. It's going to be up the jump pad from the heavy armor, but as you can see, that soul is going to be removed of its carrier very quickly.
Yeah, OnTime putting some defense at Top Gun's obelisk, waiting for the return. It's not going to be easy for Top Gun right now. They are, and OnTime's really sharp right now. They're on it. They're probably, good defense and they're 4-minute power up away from a win here.
And they're definitely still reacting, I believe, like you mentioned, to that last play on the protection. I mean, they're going to need to wait quite a long time before they get another chance to kind of get back into the zone on this map. But right now, Effortless is spamming on everything he can to make sure to do damage and prevent, well, exactly that. Griffin's still sneaking behind the and getting away with the soul. But where's the rest of the team? Where's anybody to pass it to? He was passing it thinking that somebody would pop through the corridor. Didn't quite go that way. It's going to be going back the way of OnTime's obelisk.
Again, Top Gun's thinking about stealing the soul right here, spending a lot of time, but we got the power up spawning in 2 seconds, so I hope they're there with the presence.
And like I was mentioning before, sometimes the only strategy you need is, hey, let's just hit every single rocket, every single rail we dish out. And that is working out well for OnTime. Thinking something like 65 frags on Effortless's end. I mean, that is just absolutely insane. And as you start to run out of time and run out of soul for Top Gun, they're going to need to start pulling this thing back up very quickly.
Yeah, I don't know what they can do here. They're really far behind. This is one of those situations where your margin of error becomes so slim to zero. Yeah, I mean, you put yourself in such a huge hole. So, OnTime, putting the pressure on Top Gun, wow.
Yeah, Top Gun was trying to dive in there and get a steal himself, but Maverick that he is, just doing it solo was not going to be enough. 82 and 83% for OnTime. Now, this is real life alert for Top Gun.
Yeah, they're in a world of hurt right now. Even if they get the steal, I mean, they're so far behind. I mean, OnTime just thinking they got a little more defense. I mean, they might not even see the 6-minute power up. I mean, Top Gun needs a delay. They need that 6-minute power up to try to turn the tide here.
Yeah, you can see that's something, even after getting the soul back in, they need a stack of some kind here. This is not worth, running around as an anarchy with only 4 HP. Indeed, they're going to be pulled on down. We have the soul training hands incredibly quickly down here at the nail gun. It's going to be a huge skirmish. It might even be ducking out towards the LG room, but it's going to be coming right back up the jump pad, opening himself up to a lot of extra damage. One nail in midair is all it took to put Pumpa down, and that's going to be running halfway across the map with that bull rush, bringing it back to point A, and they're only 50% away from the victory here.
Yeah, Brick is very stacked. We've got that soul. Good luck taking down the skill there. He charged out.
And it's taken a long time for anybody from Top Gun to show up, but there's the gauntlet from Thumbo once again. This guy is just incorrigible as he's able to take it away. But hey, gauntlet be gauntlet is all you need sometimes.
I guess he won the boxing match there.
Oh man, but 5, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. I mean, it's going to be very, very quick here unless Thumbo and crew can show up. There's vines on the obelisk, but it's not going to be lasting very long. And actually, we have Pitt, the one guy on the clutch, able to have a little bit more health, a little bit more armor than the rest of his team, able to get it back onto the Top Gun side. Could this be a slim moment for them to come back into this?
Yeah, but they lost the protection.
Again?
Yeah, nobody, actually the protection was sitting there for 10 seconds. Both teams really kind of ignored it.
That's focus for sure.
So now there's a world of hurt psygib with the protection. We've seen him produce a nasty nail gun work.
He has a bit of it left over, but if this movement isn't clean, he won't really have the ability to get back over to the obelisk in time. He's going to be able to pass it back up, doing a ton of nail gun damage there. And there it is. That is going to be OnTime going to QuakeCon.
Great win by OnTime. Looked very solid, honestly. What can you say? I mean, overall, Top Gun, they put up a great effort, but man, OnTime looked really sharp. They're on it. Good effort by Top Gun. I enjoyed the competitive match. But wow. whaz, psygib, some of the Effortless, Rick, these guys, man, what a team.
Absolutely. I mean, it wasn't an effortless victory by a long shot. There was a long and hard road for both of these teams, but it'll be a road that results in QuakeCon for OnTime. Top Gun, I hope a lot of these players still show up. We do have Griffin qualifying from the duel, of course, so hopefully the rest of Top Gun shows up to put on their cheerleader outfits.
Oh, I'm sure.
Get the pom-poms.
Yeah, I'm sure we haven't seen the last of these guys. I mean, they're very talented. Pitt, came so close to the duel. I expect to see him back. Maybe it's the net with some BYOC seats and, bribe somebody to give them a spot or whatever you got to do.
It'll be a fun party either way. Well, we're going to be looking over to our analyst desk. Blue, what did you think of that match?
All right, thanks very much, guys. And yes, indeed, OnTime takes it 2-0, claiming the second out of 4 slots available here now for North America in Sacrifice. Congratulations, that they now join Team Liquid as a victorious team, and they get to go home and celebrate. And for those, of course, that managed to qualify on that team for the Duel Cup as well, well, they get double congratulations as they've made it through too. Our next match coming up here in just a little bit, of course, is going to be when in doubt, Gauntlet Out, who battled through the lower bracket, going up against Team Johnson. You can see it there at the very bottom of the bracket. Coming up later after that is going to be Top Gun taking on I-22. There are 2 remaining matches deciding 2 last slots. The winners get to go on to QuakeCon, granted in the lower bracket seeds, and the losers, fortunately, are going to be just short of qualification and will have to go home empty-handed. It's only to qualify in the QuakeCon. It'll be a bit unfortunate, a bit of a bitter end to an eventful weekend, but the best teams must push through and join, of course, the other 4 teams that have qualified from Europe as well. It does look like that we have Summit ready up on the stage with an interview with our winners, so let's send it over to him.
That's right. I'm standing here with the winners. These guys are going to QuakeCon. Congratulations. A big day for you guys. not quite the end of the road, but how does it feel going into QuakeCon?
It feels really good. I mean, we were really on point that game, so I feel like, if we can take that to QuakeCon, we're going to do really well.
What is there to say about your performance in Map 2, you specifically?
I think it was all of us, to be honest. We all played pretty well. We all had really good communication. We were on power on point. We really communicated through the soul correctly, so I feel like we all did pretty well.
Well, definitely you guys have had a sort of a tough road to get qualified at QuakeCon, and now that you are qualified, what changed? Like, what did it start to click? What happened here, guys?
Well, I think like during scrims, leading up to this point, I mean, we've really put a lot of practice in, a lot of time in, and I mean, we've been clicking this whole time, so I feel like it's going to keep rolling like this. So.
Hey, if it works, right? I believe that was the sentiment before we kicked this bad boy off. Now, you guys are the second North American team to qualify for QuakeCon today alongside of Team Liquid. What do you have to say going forward?
I'm going to say good luck to you.
Oh, wait for it.
Expected.
I love it. These guys, awesome. But I think that does it for us right here. Congratulations again. You guys are awesome. All the props in the world. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we got some more matches here at the North American Regionals.
That's cool.
So I've always been really surprised and shocked by just the skill that these Quake players have. For instance, I've made a lot of Quake maps, and I occasionally designed in a handful of trick jumps. But the trick jumps that people can do on maps that I made that I never knew were possible, it's amazing. For instance, the X, I designed 3 trick jumps. You can do 70 trick jumps on that map, and it's just amazing that the skill level that people